Getting back to the Workbench project. Alright, we're back on the bench again. If y'all think you find that interesting, stay tuned. I got this down to a science here. I think what I want to do first, measure from here to the bottom, in other words the height of this, excuse me, and then I will measure the height of this, and I will subtract the one from this from the one from this, and that should give me the measurement for my shelf. So there we go. I'm going to call that 7¼ inches. Alright, now that is 3¼ That should make it very easily. So if I make it 3¼ 3¼ obviously if I subtract 3¼ from 7¼ I'm going to get 4 inches. So that's what the size of our shelf is going to be. 4.0 inches. So that will help a lot. Now the other thing I want to do is over here, and that's right here, cut this off and get that trimmed like I want. Now the only one I have to do is this front one. The back one, once I pull this out where I want to put it at, it will be fine. Let's get this measurement here before going further. Alright, there's our cutoff point for that. And now we can move this out of the way. I probably should have just took that off, cut it, and then put it back up. That would have been the thing to do, I think. Sorry if I get it like you guys. It's almost good. There we go. I mentioned that shelf probably just 3, but I'm going to cut this off. Get back off the one. There we go. Just like that, just cut off. Trim off all this stuff here. And get my screw back in there. That should be just fine. Now I could probably, you can see there's enough of that hole there. I could probably go ahead and put that screw back in if it needed. I don't think it is, but it would be possible to do that if desired. Some plastic here. There we go. There. Now that's in. Let's move this over and see what it does. See what I'm talking about right there. Is that perfect or is that perfect? That's perfect. So now I need a 4-inch shelf for my next trick, as they say. I'll leave that there. Like I said, that will work out rather nicely. And I'll get my shelf. Now I don't have a measurement the other way. What I'd like to do over here, if you can look over here real quick, probably is basically put this side with a board, whatever, going down this way to hold this up. Now on this side, just put me some things here to hold the, what do you call it, that way. I think if I look at that, that's inboard enough. I think that it will be on the shelf even if I don't take it outside of the comfort zone there, I should say. I think so. I'm going to try that and see what that does. So my next like I said, thing I need to do is to make that shelf. I need to get a measurement on there to find out how far across that is, so I'll know. Okay, the shelf's going to be 9 inches. call it 9 inches even. Let's see if it's about the same on the back side. It's actually a little bit more on the back side, about 9.5 looks like. Of course, I'm at an angle, so maybe it's something to do with it. Yeah, still, I'm gonna call that 9.5. Let's see if I can do this a little bit different like this. Yeah, 9.25. We're gonna call it 9.25. So 9.25 on the back side, 9 on the front. Yeah, actually a little bit less than 9. Or a little more like, yeah, there we go. I must not have had that over against it. It's almost 9.25 there. So, I think if I make it maybe 9.25 and then trim it as necessary, I think. Right on the money. So, that's my top shelf now. Top shelf's going to be how far back? I don't need to go all the way back. About 9 inches. Because that'll leave me some room to put the cord down. So 9 by 9.25 is what my top shelf will be. Write that down. 9 by 9.25. Alright. Now I am going to... I know Bill was making a joke when he said I was going to make this out of cardboard, but it's no joke, I am. This is not that heavy. It's not like his scope, you know. It's not light, probably, but it surely doesn't weigh as much as a scope, I know. But, like I said, I want to see how this fits now that I have that back over there a little bit. I got to get this back over here. Yeah, see, that'll fit perfect there. It's plenty of room right there. Absolutely perfect. And I'm pretty sure that will fit, like I said, where I want it to. If not, I'll fix it so it will. Alright. I got 20 minutes showing here on this thing. I don't know how I did that, but I did. I'm going to see what I can come up with on the 4 inches and try to do a little test fitting here and there and everywhere. And see how that works out. So... that's what I'm going to do. Once I get this frequency counter back in there, I can get this all this stuff here mounted and stuff like that and concentrate on the shelf above. And I think on the shelf above, what I am going to do, if I did not make that clear, I know I didn't get a lot of suggestions. Well, the suggestions I got was to basically put it the way it needs to be as far as how it should be set up for me, as far as, you know, I think that would do it fine. There's no sense in putting it down that way any further. As long as I can see it, in fact I could probably put it there and still see it just fine. And I think that's where it's going to go. Now the one on top is a little different, but it's going to be probably this way. I got to get that what do you call it, off or moved around or something. Ouch, that's a camera right there. So basically like that, I think would work pretty good. And what I'm going to do with the cables, I'm going to put a cable, what do you call it here? You guys are not seeing it. But maybe use this for the cable to run the cables down here this way so they stay out of the way. And I think that's going to work out. So that's the plan on that. Again, I think getting this up as far as I can get it, I think will be the best bet, because that gives me the room I need in back of it. Basically like that. And I could put that over further if I needed to. I think there's enough room there. Yeah, I could do that. Actually, that would work real nice, I think. Yeah, I think that would be good. I can see that perfectly. Excellent. So mount that there, and that should work out rather nicely for the topper shelf. For that shelf, again, I think the bottom meter, I think I can see that good, because I'm going to be working over here on the bench. I'm not going to be actually sitting over this way. And even if I did, I could go over this far, and I know you can't see my head, but I'm about middle ways of the shelf over here, this shelf over this side, and I can still see the whole entire meter, so that should work out rather nicely, I think. So let me get some stuff together here and get me a couple of pieces of cardboard and stuff like that. You know, it's going on 11 o'clock here. I know you can't see the clock, but it is 10:36 now, and that means to me that I gotta start wrapping this up, because I have a full day tomorrow to work on this, as far as I know, and I think I'm going to. But again, I think I'm gonna get off here, and I may look at some cardboard pieces and play around with some stuff here just to see what it's going to look like. And if I get anything overwhelmingly good for this, I will bring you back. But I kind of doubt it. I think this thing's showing 29 minutes. Now I'm going to have 29 minutes on this. I'll cut a lot of this out. There's a lot of dead space in there and stuff like that. So you guys have a wonderful, wonderful evening. And if I get back, I'll get back. If not, we'll see you tomorrow. Back with you again on a Tuesday now at 12:29 in the afternoon. As you can see here in front of me, this is I glued this last night. This is going to be the upright leg for the shelf, and I need a piece of cardboard now that's 9 by 9 1/4 for the top shelf, and then I'm going to take and use this stuff here to make diagonal sections. It's going to be three layers thick on the top, just for, like I said, I'm gonna run the one layer going across and one going the other way, and then the last layer will go completely opposite, so it'll be well you know, rigid, I think is what the word I'm looking for. These here, right, I'm going to put one across there. That's what I'll have going across there, and I've decided how I can do that. Pretty easy. And get that lined up, and once I get the shelf with the L part of it done like this, then I can put that in there and position that to where I want it, to where it will come out just right, and that will take care of that. Once I do that, then I can screw that in or glue it in or whatever I need to do, and get that ready to go. So that is on the agenda, and that's what we're doing. So let me stop here. I get into doing this cardboard stuff, and I know you guys have seen this 1,000 times, so I don't know. I bring you back to show you things that I know you've seen already. But anyway, this is my process of making this shelf, and I just thought you might find it interesting. I don't know, but like I said, I'm going to go ahead and work on this top shelf and get this knocked out and glued. Once the glue is setting, then I can go on and move on to something else. And I'll probably go ahead and make a video out of this then, and post that for consumption on YouTube. So you guys have wonderful days. And like I said, bring you back and show you that when I get it glued. And stay tuned for that. Alright, well, I have the top shelf being glued right now. As I said, I put one section going this way and one section going this way. It's cross I'm not really sure what you call it, but the corrugation runs one way going on these boards, and the corrugation goes the other way on this one. It gives a little bit more rigidity, I think. Now this particular shelf I used, or cardboard I used, is already a double cardboard, so I'll show you that. you can see it's double corrugated, so it's already, it was probably strong enough as it is. I find that hard to even bend. So with this, you know, on it, and I may even put another level on it, I don't know. It depends on how rigid this is. But like I said, that's what I'm aiming for. And so, you know, that should do it. Gonna leave this glue set and come back to it later on and see what I need to do then. Now I did, as you can see, it's not even trimmed. I wait till it sets, and I can trim the edges of that and get that all like I want it. I've got one little piece down here on this edge here that didn't get a piece right there. So I've got to put a piece in there and take care of that. That won't be a problem. So once this sets up, like I say, I'll put that little piece in and clamp that. And then I'm probably going to test fit it and see how well it fits, and maybe even see if I can get it lined up with the you know, get this cut down to where it needs to be gone. It needs to be 4 inches total from the bottom of the shelf to the top of the shelf. So that's what we're looking for. Again, this is you know, this is plenty rigid. I don't think I'm going to need any more, because the pressure is this way on it, and there's, you know, I could just about do a lot of different things with that, but I think it'll be fine. If I need to, I can put another section on there. It's not a big deal. So I want to get that done and get that up. And like I said, the last part will be getting those cross braces on the wooden slats back there. Once those are done, and then I can use a clamp and clamp them in temporary. In fact, I can use these kind of clamps here and put in my get my height with it, I think, and then put the cardboard in and drill it. I'm going to drill holes, one hole in each slat, and put a screw in it with a washer, and I think that's going to hold it. I don't think I'm going to try to glue that, because it's painted, for one thing, and the screw will hold just as well. So going to do that, and that should get me in the ballpark. Now the only other part I have is to route the cable or the cord from the frequency counter, and that will be routed around behind the shelf and down into the power strip. And what I want to do there is I want to get the back ones filled first, so because they're going to be the hardest ones to get to under there, and these front ones I'll do those last. So there's 6 strips altogether. I got one in there right now. The one you see laying there, I think you can see it laying there. That one right there is the one for the signal generator, and I have one for the frequency counter. Got to go in there. That will make 3. That will leave me 3 open, and that should be enough to do all of those items that I have. And if I could do it, I would put the other one in there, because it would fit in there. But it's one of those AC type adapters, and it almost needs 2 spaces on those strips to get the job done. So I may look at putting it all the way back in the back and see if I can do that and still get other things in. So as long as I can do that, then I can do that. But if not, I can put it. The only time that comes on is when I turn the dual DC power supply on, and all it does is powers the displays for the meters, and so, you know, that's not a big deal. It could be plugged in all the time, wouldn't bother anything. So anywho, that's that. Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and make a video out of this and post this for something for tomorrow, and hopefully you've seen the DX160 in action. I didn't try it. I was going to try it last night later on when the it would be easier to get some skip rolling in and stuff like that, but I didn't. I just went ahead, true to my word, and put it up. And because I know me, I get involved doing stuff like that, and then before you know it, I'm working on that and not paying any attention to anything else, and I don't want to do that. I want this to go as planned. I want to, like I say, get this little shelving project wrapped up and then go back to the Philco, and that's my plan. So, all right, you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you